Knockturn Alley, Hogwarts Legacy, every explorable location confirmed so far. Skulkin around Knockturn Alley, I dunno, dodgy place, Harry, Don want no one ter see ya down there. If Diagon Alley appears in Hogwarts Legacy, many fans are curious about whether they will be allowed to explore its more frightening subsection, Knockturn Alley. Unlike its more charming counterpart, Knockturn Alley specializes in the dark arts. Knockturn Alley was a shopping area off Diagon Alley in London. It was filled with numerous shops devoted to the dark arts, including Borgin and Burkes, which specialized in objects that had curious and strong magical properties. Unusual, sinister, and sometimes dangerous individuals walked around and shopped in the area. When Tom Riddle left Hogwarts, he worked at Borgin and Burkes. Just around the corner from Diagon Alley lay a dark, twisting alleyway devoted to the dark arts, Knockturn Alley. It was a place that the Weasley children were not allowed in, and with good reason. Not only were the wares sold there somewhat dangerous, but the wizards and witches hanging around behaved fairly suspiciously as well. From the shops and the street vendors one could purchase, among other things, shrunken heads, poisonous candles, human-looking fingernails, and flesh-eating slug repellent. As with Diagon Alley, Knockturn Alley was not directly accessible from the Muggle world. The Leaky Cauldron pub provided one access, via Diagon Alley, while Apparition and Floo Powder were other access options. There may have been other entrances. In addition, as noted above, a vanishing cabinet located within one of the shops provided direct access to Hogwarts. The entrance to Knockturn Alley was noted to be gloomy in comparison to that of Diagon Alley. In the 1920s, Slytherin's locket was sold at Borgin and Burkes to Caractacus Burke by Mayor P. Gaunt for 10 galleons, as Burke was not known to be a generous individual. Burke later sold the locket to Hepzibah Smith, who paid an arm and a leg for it. After graduating from Hogwarts, Tom Riddle worked as a shop assistant at Borgin and Burkes. His employers were surprised when he resigned his post and disappeared after the murder of Hepzibah Smith. After Riddle murdered Hepzibah, he also stole Slytherin's locket from her, as well as Hufflepuff's cup. During the 1988 to 1989 school year at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, Jacob's sibling and one of their school friends ventured into Knockturn Alley using the Floo powder with the help of Patricia Rakepick, hoping to meet Mundungus Fletcher. After speaking to Mundungus Fletcher and also Villanelle, they went to enter Borgin and Burkes, but were approached by a dark witch, who demanded something from them, with her cursing their friend with the slug-vomiting charm and then dueling Jacob's sibling. She was defeated, but more dark wizards and witches surrounded them, before they were dispelled by Rakepick. They then left the alley to visit the Three Broomsticks Inn to speak to Fletcher. Jacob's sibling and Rakepick visited the alley again twice that school year, the first time being when they spoke to Mundungus Fletcher in the alley after purchasing a new wand at Ollivander's, who told them that he had sold the Marauder's map to an unknown buyer, whilst they were looking for it. The second time, Rakepick wanted to teach them the unforgivable curses, so she demonstrated the Cruciatus curse on a dark wizard, much to Jacob's sibling's shock and horror. Jacob's sibling also visited the alley to speak to Fletcher again, where they dueled a dark wizard on Fletcher's orders and won the duel, as Fletcher claimed the wizard had cheated him. Harry Potter first entered Knockturn Alley in 1992, when using Floo powder for the first time at the Burrow. He ended up inside Borgin and Burkes when he didn't say Diagon Alley clearly enough when trying to travel there by Floo powder from the Burrow. When inside the shop, he briefly saw Lucius and Draco Malfoy, where Malfoy Sr. was selling dark artifacts. He ran into Rubeus Hagrid outside the shop. Hagrid, who was getting flesh-eating slug repellent in Knockturn Alley, told Harry that he shouldn't be hanging around in such a dodgy place. Hagrid then escorted Harry back to the Weasleys. Harry's next visit to the alley was in 1996, when he, Ron Weasley, and Hermione Granger followed Draco Malfoy. Harry suspected him of being a Death Eater. Draco let several Death Eaters into Hogwarts through a vanishing cabinet in Borgin and Burkes at the end of the 1996 to 1997 school year. From the shops, one can purchase many types of dark objects, which include poisonous candles, shrunken heads, giant spiders, human-looking fingernails and toenails, and flesh-eating slug repellent. Because of its contents, Arthur and Molly Weasley prohibited their children from entering Knockturn Alley.